Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flank. I'm joined by the one and only, the human turret, one of the best ARs to ever do it. Give it up for the world champ himself, Sam LaRue Octane. We got some of the best analysis in the game, the world champ himself, Christopher Duarte Parsite. We got the multi-world champion, the multi-champion, a legend, an icon to the Call of Duty space. Give it up for Patrick Price Eggs. And then, of course, we got the one and only, the executive producer of The Flank. Give it up for Benjay Nassim. Gentlemen, what's going on? Pat, we missed you yesterday. Good to see you. How you doing, Pat? You doing all right?
Yeah, good, Tom. My bad. Yesterday, obviously, I had some plans
No, you're
for
good.
a couple of weeks out, so I couldn't make the show. But and my bad for being late today. I was taking an Optic. I wasn't expecting a 3-0.
Oh, you're taking an Optic today. Okay.
Yeah, so time just
Is that a
caught
shit,
up.
Pat?
Yeah, it's a shit. It's a big shit. Nuclear shit, Sam. But yeah, I'm good. Glad to be back. And get into today's game.
Good to see you, Pat. Of course, we got the one and only Sam LaRue. How you doing, Sam? You doing all right?
I'm great. I'm great, man. Can't wait to get into the level-headed and wonderful takes that this show is going to have today and read Reddit and Twitter and everything. It's
Oh, man. The community is already erupting, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's
Really
erupting. Reddit's erupting. We're definitely going to have to take a look at that later. But what's going on with you, Benjay? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Tottenham won today, so that's good.
Mets.
First double
That's
over
nice.
Manchester United in the league in like 35 years, so we take that.
Nice.
And I don't know, just interesting weekend of COD. We thought the matches would be good. We didn't get that many Game 5 classics compared to Stage 1, but league's in an interesting spot going into the second weekend.
Yeah.
A lot of surprise teams, 2-0.
Yeah, a lot of surprises here in Stage 2. And then, of course, we got Christopher Duarte. What's up, Chris? How are you, bro?
Good, man. Some good matches today. I got all my predictions correct. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy about that. It was just a ball nowhere, Tom.
You're a ball lower, Chris. You're a ball lower. Optic failed me in the last series. I could have went 4 for 4 if Optic won. But, we'll definitely get to that series. That was an interesting series, to say the least. But, yeah, I don't want to waste any time. We have 4 series to cover. Then I want to take a look at the fantasy. Want to get fantasy updates. We got the first weekend of fantasy, so I would love to see how that's going. And then we'll take a look at next weekend's matches. So let's hop right into it. Let's switch it over with the first series of the day. We had a Vegas Falcons going up against the Los Angeles Thieves. This one goes all the way down to a 4th map where LA Thieves got a 3-1 victory over Vegas, 250 to 137 in favor of LA Thieves to the map 1. Vegas dismantling the Thieves of the S&D 6-1 there. But of course, the respawns, Vegas just fall short yet again. They can't keep up right now in the respawns. 3-0 in the control for Thieves and 250 to 125 in a map number 4. We'll scroll down, take a look at a stat sheet here. Everybody negative for Vegas except for Doom with a 1.25. You have a 0.78 from XNIT, a 0.82 from King, and a 0.81 from Wixel. On the other side, you have Envoy with a 0.93, a 1.23 from Dan Ghosty today. You had a 1.35 from Hydra today, which you'd love to see if you're a Thieves fan. And you had a 0.96 from Ernie from Scrappy Longneck. We'll scroll down. You got Hydra here, MVP, a 1.33 in Hardpoint, a 0.67 in Search, and a 1.71 in Control. So cool to see Paco up there with an MVP performance. I mean, Sam, these are your boys. This is what you want to see out of Paco, right? I mean, this is the Paco we've been waiting for. Well, I mean,
0.67 in Search.
Yeah, the Search is, I mean, Sam, can we talk about that? What's going on here, Sam, with Thieves' S&D?
Listen, man, I got up. We were up. It was 1-1. I got up. I was helping my wife with something. She needed me. I came back 5 minutes later. You said, Sam, sit down. I said, what happened? You said, they got 6-1 since I left. It was a 5-minute S&D. I missed the whole map in 5 minutes.
You except the first round. You watched
Except the first round. I was here for that.
where they
Listen,
went
bro.
triple underground after the last time they played.
Their rebuttal to losing round 11, game 7 grand finals on LAN against FaZe was to fucking triple hit underground the very next opportunity that they had, and they got 3-pieced, including a team kill. I don't give a fuck that they beat Falcons 3-1. They got slammed in Search.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think it is, Sam? Like,
Sorry, quad, Troy. I'm sorry.
What do you think is the main problem for these guys in S&D right now? Because clearly talent's not a problem with this roster.
Same problem it's been for the last month. Same problem it's been for the last 2 months. They just don't know how to get first bloods effectively and capitalize with man advantage.
Well, you would think that a team like this wouldn't have an issue getting first bloods, though. You know, like why is that so much of a problem for these guys? Like, why are they struggling to just get a pick?
Your guess is as good as mine, brother.
Let's go over to
honest with you.
Let's go over to you, Duarte. What'd you think of the series today? Vegas going up against the Thieves. Vegas won another Surge, but they fall short again. They can't win a respawn, Chris. They can't win a respawn.
I mean, listen, Dahoom had 0 seconds in time in the hard point. That guy's a beast. He actually bailed him out in the Search and won them that match.
Guy's a beast. No time.
That's crazy. Oh, here it is, map 4. Whistle, 0 seconds.
It was Wixel, not Doom. Sorry.
Yeah, Wixel.
Wrong guy. That's on me. But yeah, 0 seconds of time. I don't know. He's talented. Anyways, yeah, 3-1 Thieves. I don't really got much to say. It's just another Falcons series. It's cool that they got a map win. They've always shown some signs of life and search. They've been able to get some control wins on the board, but outside of that, I mean, I got nothing to say about these guys, bro. It's kind of tiring talking about them.
Yeah.
It's cool that they got a map win, bro. What are we saying?
They're just happy to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Happy to be here. These kids are beasts.
I mean,
got
0 seconds
news
at a
that,
skyline is crazy. Go ahead, Sam.
No, I got a whiff that Scump bet his chat 50 gifted that they wouldn't win a map. So that's probably the biggest development.
So Scump owes the chat 50 gifted or what?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
I mean, Falcons, they don't have a problem taking searches. I will say in the respawns, they give me a headache, bro. In the respawns, I mean, I watched them get kills today and not push and just completely sit there after getting a clean wipe. I watched them today not rotate. And I think the biggest thing is communication. I think you can clearly tell. And listen, I'm saying comms without even like listening to their comms, nor can I understand what they're saying. But when they're playing, you can definitely tell that they're not communicating to each other. Like they're constantly picking things up that somebody's already watching. They're leaving like open lanes. They're not chowing together. And I think one thing with Falcons when you watch them is like clearly mechanically they're all good players. Like they're not bad players when you watch their POVs. But when they come to like decision making, their decision making is so bad. It is just so bad right now to the point where it's like, dude, I think challenger teams will probably compete with these guys. Like I think it's like the basics right now that they're struggling with, which is just not going to work in a league like this, right? Like we're in a professional league. If you can't do the basics and you can't get into proper setups and you can't communicate, like you're going to see it, right? I mean, am I the only one who feels like their communication has got to be a big problem right now? I don't know if it's
Vegas?
communication or listening. Yeah, it's Vegas. I don't know if it's a listening thing or a communication thing, but bro, I watched like 3 players today. If you watch the minimap, their arrows they'll be in a setup and their arrows will be going left, right, left, right, left, right. Like no, somebody watch left and somebody watch right, right? But they're just all tweaking. Like all their arrows are tweaking on a map and they can't get into a proper setup. Like they just need to chill out. They just need to relax. I don't know why they're having a hard time with just like the basics. Like even today when Ernie overchowed going from the kitchen hill to that back P4 hill on Skyline, right? And Ernie overchowed stone, like grass area, and he died. And he just sat there. Like, no, go. Like flip them out and push. Use your numbers. They just didn't move. So it's
I'm gonna be honest, they're missing a legitimate like decade of experience when it comes to a game mode. I know it's like I'm not making excuses for them, but like I don't know about you guys. But like as a player, I feel like even though the game's changed, concepts that I knew about Hardpoint developed over the years to the point where you would apply them from game to game. Like, and you would just get better at the mode, your understanding of the mode, that translation would just like click in your head. They're literally missing that. Like they are playing, like, I'm not saying they're playing it for the first time, but like in a competitive setting, their region didn't play that game mode. So those simple concepts of like, oh, you get this kill, you immediately know, like before you even engage the situation, that once you get this kill, you're going here and going there. Like they're all like they can sit there and like I'm sure that they're being told that they need to do this and stuff like that, but like it's not second nature to them. It sucks. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. They're not good, but that's like the one thing. Like I'm not going to like pity them for it, but I understand that they're missing that concept of the game in their, like it's not in their bag yet. It's going to take a long time, though. I mean, if they want to compete.
I mean, I agree with you, Chris. I don't know. I just don't think it's rocket science on some of the plays that are going on. Like some of these plays are just such basic plays, right? That it just like it worries me. It worries me moving forward with these guys because I just don't know what they're going to do if they can't lock in just like simple basics, right? And I don't know what the thought process is in like practices and scrims. Like I don't know how Clay's able to like work with these guys. Like I don't know what's being said in practices. Like I don't know how productive they really are because they've seemed kind of stagnant. But Ben, we'll go to you. LA Thieves, they play Vegas Falcons today, 3-1 victory. What are your thoughts, Ben?
I mean, not much to say about Thieves. Clinical respawn, search, work in progress. They got a couple weeks to figure that out for the event. When I talked to Clay at the major, he did highlight the communication piece. And again, these guys just don't have the experience in a respawn compared to everybody else in the league. And I agree with the co-host here. It's going to take them a long time, I think, to do those fundamentals. I'm very curious. It didn't come up in the conversation. Like from the coaching side, like do they have translators? Like how are they really understanding sort of the level of small talk going on this team? Because when you watch them play, it feels like that small talk seems non-existent to your point, Tom, but the way the arrows move on the map.
Hey, you got Scrappy and
Look at my
Dangosi in the
fucking
chat.
trolly ass players,
Hey,
bro.
you got Scrappy and Dangosi saying that they're keeping the 3-hit underground in the playbook.
4-hit. All
4-hit.
four.
What do you think about that, Sam? They're keeping it in the playbook.
Hey.
What are your thoughts on that?
If they did it in a game 7, round 11 on land, maybe it would have worked. I don't know.
I don't think it would have worked.
I think it would have worked.
The problem is once somebody gets the info down there, you're just trapped down there. You're kind of fucked. Especially if somebody's watching.
You don't need
would've
any of the info. You spread the map and you're like, yo, where are these guys? They're nowhere to be found.
It's just quiet. It's just dead quiet on the
They're
map.
playing prop hunt in the vent, man.
Nah, for real.
Fuck me.
Let's go over to you, Slayer. Slayer, what are your thoughts on this matchup here, Pat? What are your thoughts?
Listen, man, the best thing about this Falcons team is their graphic designer, bro. Like, this team should not be in the
my
CDL,
God.
man.
Yo,
The
he
only
cooks.
person that should be retained is their graphics designer.
I kind of feel bad because all their
and-
graphics are super hype, and then
It's awful,
The gameplay is
right?
most certainly not.
You're telling me the best part of their organization is their social media manager? Gersh just fell to his fucking knees.
Oh, my bad,
Bro,
Gersh.
and also, like, and I know Thieves S&D isn't anything special, but it's like, dude, also, I feel like when you play bad teams as the obvious better team going into a series, like, sometimes you just get lazy in S&D and, like,
Nah, they were
you
trolling,
almost
bro.
no, I know, but I'm saying in general, like, I'm not even gassing up Falcons S&D because I don't even think it's anything special. I just think the way teams just are trying to get the series over with, bro. Like,
Yeah, no,
win
for
dumb
sure.
shit.
I
It's
mean,
just pure,
like-
pure talent diff, and they were just showing up.
Yeah.
fucking
I
having
mean,
a good
I mean
time.
that's fair, Pat. But this is the game mode that was the difference between them winning and losing in Major One Final, and they got to clean up, especially their
For Thieves, yeah, but I'm
situationals
talking
and first
about on
bloods.
Falcons side. I'm saying,
Oh,
like,
Falcons is
the only reason they're winning S&Ds, dude, is just because other teams are playing them lazy because they want to get the series over with.
I don't know. I don't know if that's entirely true.
I'm talking about
It's-
league wide, not just Thieves. Like the whole league, they don't care about this team. Like,
Yeah. Like
bro, they were talking
they're
about
comfortable.
not even scrimming these guys. Yeah, like
They care. They pull up that
view these
schedule. They
teams
see
as a
that
joke.
10 points. They're smacking their lips.
I don't know. I don't know if
to
it's
get it over
entirely.
with.
Said
I don't know if it's
Falcons
entirely
Bucks?
true, bro. Like, I mean, they won the search in their first series against Carolina. That first Skyline they played was pretty clean. Obviously, new map, and then like
I'm
they
not
played.
saying it's not their best boat. I'm just saying teams play lazy against them, bro, because they know they're not good.
Yeah, they're they're comfortable.
but I mean, fair, but teams shouldn't be playing lazy at all. That's a sign of weakness as a team. But
No, it's not. It's a GG go next. Like, let me get out of this
Whatever.
fucking match.
you should lock in regardless of who you're fucking playing. But whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
You
not a
know
bad
it's a
ser-
guaranteed win.
hey, they're not a bad search team. I would actually like. I'm not saying go watch their VOD, but they're actually not a bad search.
No, they're
team.
not.
Probably
They're
take
not.
some shit from them.
I don't think they're that bad at search. I mean, it's the only game mode that's getting them wins right now. It's the only game mode they can win. So clearly they're doing something right there. But Thieves, they're really struggling in that game mode. I think that's the biggest thing for them moving forward. Just figure out what the hell's going on there. If they can't get first bloods, figure out why. And other than that, like I even just like some post plans and just the way there's some of their setups. I really don't know. Like something's not clicking for them right now. And I don't know if it's just like because there's so many talented players across the board, they're just not really seeing eye to eye in search. I won't look into it too much today because I don't really disagree with you, Pat. I feel like people troll a little bit when they're playing Vegas and S&D. Like they do stupid shit. Like they just kind of run around and try to
It's
like
the
push
team
their
that you
limits.
would want to try shit against, bro. It's
Yeah.
like it's the free win team.
I said
that
the
you
same
can
thing
just do
today.
whatever
During
Yeah.
the watch party. Paco tried
Right
hitting
for him.
Stone today and he went like super rogue. And I'm like, granted, Paco does like going rogue, but I was like, dude, he's got to be trolling. Like, there's no way. But yeah.
But
Vegas Falcons
quadruple
continue.
quadruple underground.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
That's a deep bag, Ben, if anything. That's a deep bag.
Yeah, we don't got to spend too much time on this series.
Got a lot
Obviously,
of tools
Vegas.
in the belt, Ben.
Vegas been really struggling. Any other final thoughts before we move on to the next one, guys? Any final thoughts here?
No, let's go next.
All right, we'll see what happens with Vegas moving forward here. Still rooting for him, man. I really want to see Vegas get a win on the board, man. I think even in the watch party, everybody wants to see these guys win, man.
I think that they don't get a win this year.
I don't think so either.
They'll get one.
I'm gonna
surely.
state
I
it.
don't
I'm
think
gonna
so.
state it right now. I don't think they win this year.
The
I
way
don't
that
think they do
one,
either.
the way
I
that
don't
they
think they get
the
one.
way that they play respawn, it's like
don't
what
think
Chris
they get
said.
one.
They're like years behind. Like there's just so many. There's basics that they're not doing that I've like you don't see in the pro league. Like simple things in terms of just pushing out spawns, playing for flips. Like it's rough right now. It's looking rough. So we'll see what happens. Rooting for them, but it's not looking good right now. for the Vegas Falcons. But Thieves get the dub. They get the 10 points. Let's move on to the next series of the day. We got the Carolina Royal Ravens going up against the Toronto Ultra. This one also goes down to a fourth map where Toronto were able to get the 3-1 victory over Carolina. The Control was the only map where Carolina was able to get a dub on the board. The map 2 S&D went down to around 11. You see Toronto, they got a 100-point win there in the first hard point, and in the second hard point, they won 250 to 216. Great work coming in from Toronto Ultra. We'll take a look here at the stat sheet. Nearly a red carpet for Carolina here, but it was Vivid who saves them from that one. He had a 1.14, Reese Vivid. Only one positive for the squad. He had a 0.86 from TJ, a 0.87 from Slasher, and a 0.90 from Gwyn. And then on the other side, he had a 1.04 from Beans, a 0.94 from Kleenex, a 0.96 from Insight, and my fantasy player, Joe Deceives, with a 1.36 with 109 kills in this series. He has been unbelievable, Joe Deceives. He's been fun to watch. And then we scroll down here, we see the match MVP, of course, is Joe with a 1.39 in hardpoint, 1.86 in S&D, and a 1.17 in control. What a series from Joe here today. Duarte, we'll start with you. Toronto, 3-1 over Carolina. What's going on with Carolina, Chris? Did they hit their peak? Was I right yesterday or what, Chris?
Yeah, you 100% were. I mean, yeah, they. I just feel like they're regressing. Their hard points just not what it used to be at the beginning of the year. I think teams are
we
catching
said this
up.
shit 2 weeks ago. Then they got fourth, bro.
It's true.
Regardless,
It's true, Sam. It's true.
This could just be a land team, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, regardless, at least with the online results, I think they're regressing. I think Toronto had a chip on their shoulder after their loss yesterday, and they came back. They battled back, and Joe Deceives had an actual generational series. That guy was absolutely frying in both game modes, the hard point and the search. But yeah, also he's going to start a new meta. You know, I'm finally seeing it. He was using the infiltrator stock on his sub, so you know those subs are going to get that strafe if they start catching on and seeing that that's probably a better stock than balance, because I think the pros have been using a inferior attachment. You know, because most pros they just don't really think. Yep. But yeah, Joe was using infiltrator and fucking Joe was frying with that SMG, the infiltrator stock on that sub. So yeah, I mean Joe's a fucking beast. I liked we called it. We did say that Kleenex was going to use the AR. We want Joe to stay on the sub, and you know they showed up and they played big today. So you know, good on them.
Yeah, we'll go over to you, Pat. Pat, what did you think of the series? Carolina, they fall short again here, Pat.
Yeah, completely different Toronto team than we saw yesterday as well, I thought. But I'm not looking too much into it. Like, it's been a bad crumble week. We haven't got much out of TJ Halley. And I agree. I think this is a land squad overall, but yeah, I mean, I think Toronto just outplayed them today, and Joe had a master class. But it was also close S&D, so just could have went the distance either way. But yeah.
Yeah, could have went the distance. I mean, they got the respawn. If they would have closed out the search, maybe would have took it.
Doesn't surprise me with the slaying. Like they got clearly outslayed bad on both hard points, so it's not not surprising.
Yeah. What about you, Sam? What'd you think of the series?
It was clean from Toronto, man. I was pleasantly surprised by the hard point. That was kind of what I've been looking for them. They've been underwhelming in the mode, and Beans alluded to them like starting slow throughout the course of the season so far. So clinical map 1, map 2 had a 17-minute round 11 that Ravens ended up losing, which was tough because there was a Gwyn pinch before the replay. Austin lagged out. Arguably should have went to the Ravens.
That, you know,
probably like Gwyn. I'm pretty confident saying the Ravens probably would have won that map. And then, dude, it's not a this series specific thing, but can we talk about the fact that pros can't call on their own score streaks in this game right now?
Yeah, what's going on with that? Like, I don't understand.
So there's a bug in the game that if you call in a cruise missile, you have, I don't know the odds, but you could get scan and repair and your game will close.
Happened to me. It's happened to me in replay.
So pros are actively not using their streaks after they get them, or they're taking them off so that they don't have them at all.
If it's this bug was in ranked like a couple patches ago, I'm assuming it's the same bug.
They have the bug because
that's what I'm saying.
Jamie tweeted today to not call in Joe's streak that they had.
I'm pretty sure it's only on Hacienda. I could be wrong.
No, it's not. It's on every
It's
map.
not? Okay,
No,
because that's what I think it was in ranked, at least. Okay, so it's on every map? Okay, so...
Yeah, this is not a this series specific thing, but there was a situation where Vivid had a streak going into the end of the game on a P2 red card, effective streak kill. You know, obviously I'm not going to say they would have won the game with it, but the fact that pros have to not use their advantage that they get, granted they don't use it well most of the time regardless, is fucking crazy. Like, they can't even use the streak in the game without it crashing. what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
How is this like? It's a mini side rant about the game, but
No, and the scoreboard
Jesus
being
Christ.
broken still, which is crazy.
Scoreboard's broken,
I mean, we had
I mean-
we had a working scoreboard in 2005, right? So it's like, how do we not have a working scoreboard right now? It just makes absolutely no sense. And then you're gonna run into problems. What's stopping a player who does have a cruise missile, but they're down by like 70 or 80, and then they're like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna call it a cruise missile." So
See,
we
that's
got
where I was confused, because since it's a known bug, and if the player uses the streak knowing that the outcome could be a bug, and then it happens, do you just automatically get the map loss because it's your fault that it happened?
Were
Kind
they
of
done-
thing?
were they
Like
done in
use
the
at your
past?
own risk.
I don't know.
Like in the past, because this probably, I know this has happened before with game bugs that teams have been memoed. Like, do you remember what was
Yeah,
said
the
in those
SAE
memos?
shit. Yeah, the SAE shit.
They said if you used it, you just got fucking FF.
I don't remember. I don't think there was ever like an official thing for it, but I mean, it never happened, so I never ran into it for me. But I'm just curious. I'm really, I don't know, because I mean, players are acting like Jamie literally tweeted today that Joe said I'm gonna streak, and Jamie was like, "No, please, God, don't streak." Like, they have to be actively thinking about that, and it's just insane to me.
Well,
to
apparently
have to do
Dan,
that.
apparently Dan put in the chat that it's an automatic forfeit if you.
Okay.
But how do
There
they?
you go.
How do they? I don't understand that. What if somebody genuinely
yeah.
went to go use the cruise missile and he just lagged out? Like what? Then
yeah.
what? You forfeit because you genuinely just wanted to use the
Well,
cruise?
Fuck yeah.
I mean, if the league has had a memo that's bugged, then you use it and the game crashes, then we're not going to say it's a major bug and it's just a forfeit. Then
How is this allowed to
it's just a
go
rule, bro.
on,
it's a shitty rule, but it is what it is.
I was just curious. Like that.
Maybe
That's like a
fix
little
their
mini
fucking
side
game
rant
first.
about it.
I don't know.
That
I
is
mean, the
absurd.
league is doing
Genuinely
what
insane.
the league is doing what they can when it comes to enforcing stuff and making sure that there's like fair gameplay. It's the developers and the people that make the build for the damn game that's to blame. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
also I do
unacceptable.
want to shout out the league today as well. They made a great call on the round 11 to end the game. Normally that wouldn't happen, but Austin died and like the round was still progressing, and they actually just ended it on the spot without like Toronto or Carolina winning with even more controversy that would have happened. I think that was the right call in the moment as well.
Yeah,
wanted to
I
give
was
them their flowers
actually
for that.
impressed with how fast they ended it after Austin lagged out. I was impressed by that because usually it'll be delayed for like 20, 30 seconds before they actually get to ending it. But they were quick on it. They were super quick. They ended it right away and got it restarted. So it did take a little while to get the round 11 started back up again. I think it took like a good 15 minutes to get one round played. But I like that they ended it right away when Austin like that. It means the refs are on point. Ben, what did you think of the series? Toronto Ultra versus Carolina. What are your thoughts, man?
I mean, we're back to this Carolina hardpoint conversation. So I'm pretty sure they lost their last hardpoint to get eliminated by Miami at the major, right? They lost both of those. They lost a hardpoint to Toronto before they beat them in a game 5. They lost 1 to Thieves and they lost 2 in this series. So what? They've lost 6 hardpoints in a row now for Carolina. Like this
not
team
good.
is just so streaky in this game mode, man. Like, and it really kills their upside because they're a great search team. But like, if Neslo is your only way to win series, it's going to be really tough for this Carolina team to kind of stay amongst the top end of the league.
Yeah.
But there's just moments where these guys actually don't know what they're doing. Like when it comes to breaking hills and shit like that too, like they just look lost. Like there's so many times where like they were on Joe's POV and yeah, he had a really good map and at the end of the day he played well. But if you like watch that map when they were just watching Joe's getting literally 2-piece after 2-piece, like untraded kills when he's not like shooting people in the back. He's not like in like a supreme position.
Are you talking about the front of the P3 rotation?
He's getting a kill. Like they know he's there and he's just getting another kill. Like they just can't fucking trade. Like they just don't know what the fuck's going on. It looks like they're just disoriented.
I would argue that in the beginning of the year, they looked ahead in the beginning of the year. Like their fundamentals were on point. Like they looked like they were way ahead than everybody in the beginning of the year. And now it just seems like they've just stayed stagnant throughout as the year has kind of gone on, you know, and I'm not really too sure what's leading to that. I don't think it really has anything to do with like a meta change or anything like that. Even though today it was cool to see Kleenex. Did you guys notice Kleenex was running the AR a lot today?
That's what I said I wanted to see.
Yeah, Protocol, he had it out a lot. Same on Red Card. I mean, you're seeing kind of 6 ARs on a map on some of these maps, like Protocol and Red Card. And I think it's pretty cool. You have just that one solo sub player. I mean, that solo sub, whoever it is, needs to do work, right? If you're the only sub on a map, like you're kind of gonna have to be that guy to just kind of like take those routes, right? Because you're the only sub. So I think that's what Joe did really good today. Like he was being the single sub on the map. He was just taking such good routes and being a nuisance. And as being the only sub on the map, like you have to do shit like that. Like you have to be that guy on the sub. But Kleenex can shoot on the AR, man. He can shoot. I think a lot of these sub players probably love running the AR. And I think most people are they're switching, right? Like on protocol, when it goes from like P3 to P4, they're probably using subs for those, and then they'll whip out an AR when it goes back to P1 to P2.
You want what's wild? They literally did this meta change so that we wouldn't see 4 subs on like X hills. There's still 4 subs on X hills, and then on every other hill, like on some of these maps, like for example, Vault, like you'll see Vault, there'll just be like 4 ARs on like certain hills. It's just like. Well, I don't know. Random stuff thought about the meta, but I don't know what they're doing over there, dude.
Yeah. I mean, you heard Envoy say yesterday, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but with Pat here, I feel like we should bring it up again. But just Envoy, right, calling out Gwyn and talking about how they're not really taking the right routes on the map. Do you guys believe that's true? Do you guys agree with Envoy that kind of the subs are all over the place for Carolina or what?
I think a lot of pros won't publicly cook this team, but privately, I know a lot of people complain about practice against this Carolina team. And I'm not surprised. Look at the personnel in their squad, and bad practice leads to bad results. And yeah, they were ahead early. They're a great search team. They know how to adjust mid-map, but I think they got to clean up some of the plays time, because statistically right now, they are probably the worst rotation percentage team in the league. And they're only breaking hills at a 29% clip, which is near the bottom. And I'm sure that's gotten worse now over the course of this weekend. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they're third overall and got top 3 at Major 1. So, hey, if it's working for them, it worked for them
for a month and a half though, but now
that's
we're
a
getting to the other
time for it to work.
But it's 3 quarters of the season left, Pat. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. You just got 4th, but you got to keep that going, and the pressure's on for them to figure out this game mode. If they're just act complacent and they just try to nizzle their way to another top 4, it's likely not going to work out.
I mean, they probably would have nuzzled this team here today if that Austin didn't lag out. So I don't know. I think it's just a play style difference, bro. One team views playing one way. I mean, look at like you got to play to the strengths of your personnel. And yeah, was Envoy probably right that in a few plays Gwyn was getting useless kills? Sure. Oh, by the way, keep doing that, Gwyn. You're on my fantasy squad. I mean, bro, we've talked about it before. It's like when you're a team that has Nero on your team, you don't just like fundamentally change the way Nero plays. Like you're just gonna live and die by it. Is it going to work every time? Absolutely not. But players have like ingrained in themselves their way to play, and I don't think like they're just going to switch overnight. When clearly, it's most cases.
Go ahead, Chris.
Are they the worst hardpoint team of the top teams? Sure, but I mean, like they're not going to. I just don't think they're going to change overnight.
What hardpoint map are you in the map pool right now? What is their bread and butter hardpoint map?
I'm not saying that they're going to win hardpoint consistently, Ben. I'm just saying, like, you got to live and die by.
No, they can't win all. They've lost 6 straight, in 4 straight series now.
I think Ben is just saying that, like, it's something that they need to, like, really focus on because, yeah, I mean, they ended up getting a good placing at the major, but, like, that's probably not going to happen again if they continue down this trend. Like, the fact that they're losing so many hard points is just unacceptable. Like, yeah, it might work for them sometimes, and, yeah, they can definitely get Neslos on the board. They're a good search team. You know, they're pretty good at control. But at the end of the day, like, if you're not winning at least your map pick in like a couple series, like this is just not a good trend to go down, and they are definitely regressing. So yeah, who knows what they'll place going forward, but this is not a good sign.
Yeah, Minnesota and Optic.
You said they're 0-6 in their last. Who have they faced though in that? Ultra.
You just said
Ultra,
right, LAT,
Miami
Ultra.
Thieves, and now Toronto Ultra. And by the way, they played Minnesota.
You said Ultra twice.
They played Minnesota and Optic.
They played Ultra twice.
They played Ultra twice.
Ultra twice in Thieves. Like they played 2 of the top 3 hardpoint teams.
Toronto
and
is
Miami.
not good at hardpoint.
And then they have Minnesota and they have Optic coming up next week.
No, they're still a good team, but hardpoint's definitely a weaker mode.
It's not like we're comparing them to like the bottom half of the league. Like
I'm not. But these are teams they have to beat to get top 4, bro. These are teams they have to beat to be good, and that's my issue with it. Like, why are we acting so fucking complacent about this Carolina team? Yeah, they're an elite search team.
I agree.
But these guys are going to heavy fall off now if they can't win hard points. And by the way, I'm also concerned now they're starting
to lose every hard point. I just think they're the least consistent.
They're just streaky, bro. They're just peaks and valleys in the
As soon as there's a good crumble lineup and T just going for 40, like it's GG. There's no outplaying that.
This is their remaining schedule: Minnesota, Optic, Cloud9, Miami, and Vegas. Vegas is the free, sure.
I think Cloud9's playing pretty good. I mean, it's not that bad of a schedule for him.
Miami, they already lost hard points.
It's good hard point practice.
Like,
it's good hard point practice.
I'm concerned, bro. I'm really concerned.
I mean, I don't think that schedule. You said they play Vegas.
You're talking about these guys like they're Vegas or fucking bottom tier team.
No, they went 0-2 this. They went 0-2 this week. They have Minnesota and Optic next week. Minnesota just played very well against Optic.
Oh, they
Optic,
got a
you know
free
it's
win
going to
next
rebound.
week. They're fine.
No, they played Vegas last, brother. They might be 0-6 by the time they fight
have
Vegas.
three wins.
You just said they have Vegas and Optic, bro. They got a guarantee 2 on the map. Like, why are we worried about that?
Okay, man.
So they play Vegas. They're fine. It's a free. What'd you say, Sam? Teams are licking their lips when they see Vegas.
Licking their lips when they see
Vegas won more maps than Optic.
So, does someone put 5
bro.
gifted on the line that Carolina starts and loses bracket?
Ooh.
5 gifted on the line right now.
Pat, you
I'll
wanna,
take you on that. I'll
All
take
right, bet. Book it.
really? I think they're making losers too. So I don't want to.
I'll take it. I'll stand on
You
my
taking
word.
2 side bets, Sam? You taking 2?
I'll stand on Ravens. Nah, fuck that.
Bro,
I'm standing 10 toes on
wait.
that.
Do you guys think Vegas wins a hard point against Ravens?
No.
No, whoa. We're getting disrespectful.
Maybe not
Yeah,
that.
no, we're getting
disrespectful,
disrespectful for sure.
They got TJ Howell.
I
You
think
wouldn't
they've
let
been
that
pretty
happen.
stagnant. I think some teams have definitely progressed, and Carolina's not looking good right now. But yeah, come on, bro, we can't be dragging it like
Yeah,
that,
we're
bro.
not doing that.
Wait, can I get odds? Can we like bet that Vegas beats them in a hard
Jesus
point? Can I get some? Can I get some
I'll
odds
do
on that?
100 gifted. I'll do 100 gifted.
Whoa! 100 gifted is
Hey,
crazy.
there's no way. There's no way that they lose a hard point to
Tommy's throwing
Vegas.
the bank around, Jesus.
Absolutely. I'm just very confident in that. In that
Wait,
right
so
there.
so if I'm getting odds, let me get 5x odds. So I'll do 100 gifted, and you give me 500 gifted if Vegas takes a hard point.
Yeah, this guy's trying to look
This
me.
is crazy.
The hell, Chris? Yeah, I don't know. We'll call that back, but
That's a free 100. I'm not gonna lie.
it might be a free 100, right, Sam? It might be.
That might be a free. You might have to take that.
500 gifted. That scares me though. I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And then one team calls in a streak and it's over. Like,
Nope.
Yeah, exactly. Anything on the vetoes? Anything that surprised you with the vetoes? I know vetoes were kind of a concern with us with some of the last series, but anything in this series that kind of threw you off with Carolina, or do you think the vetoes played out how they were supposed to?
No,
I think they kinda
Carolina's
went to the 2, to be honest. It was
Yeah,
pretty normal.
Carolina's respecting the skyline prowess on Toronto, and both these teams like playing protocols. So
Toronto hate vault.
Yeah.
It's just pretty normal.
Yeah. Jodeci's masterclass performance today. I want to see him continuing to shine like that, bro. I mean, if Joe keeps playing like that, I feel like Joe's been more consistent this year than he's been any other year. I mean,
He's got a good team, bro. Good system.
yeah, I mean, I feel like you're only as good as the people around you, right? I mean, if you have a good team and a good system, it can elevate your play tenfold. So, yeah, Joe, if you're listening, keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing.
Shout out WCs, man.
Also, I want to give a shout out to Beans. I thought Beans was fantastic today. I thought Beans was great. That guy's a playmaker, dude. That guy likes to chow.
Love the sub in his hands, bro. I fucking love it.
Yeah, I mean, he'll get kills too. He'll get kills. He's not afraid to chow and get in the mix. I love that about him. Look at Joe last map in the map 4. 43 and 26 from Joe in the map 4. The rest of his team was negative. And they were able to win that one by about 40, 50 points. So great
Most
job
hill
for him.
time, too. Jesus.
Guys doing it all for the fantasies, doing it all. Any other final thoughts here with Carolina and Toronto? It was a good win for Toronto. We'll pay close attention to Carolina moving forward, see if they can get out of that hard point slump that they're in. But any final thoughts here, guys? Alrighty. Absolutely no thoughts at all. Let's move on to the next series of the day. We have the Vancouver Surge going up against Cloud9 New York. This one goes all the way down to a map number 5 where Vancouver was able to get the 6-1 victory over Cloud9. We'll scroll down here and we'll take a look at the stat sheet. You had a 1.15 from 04, a 1.11 from Neptune. So the subs from Vancouver going absolutely crazy. You had a 0.88 from Abuza, 0.91 from Nasty. On the other side, you had Attach with a 0.95, Kremp with a 1.07, Mac with a 0.86 today, and Sib with a 1.04. We'll take a look here at the match MVP. It's the new pickup, Neptune, with a 1.12 in Hardpoint, 0.8 in S&D, and a 1.19 in Control. Love seeing Neptune coming into the squad, coming from challengers and frying with Vancouver, getting their first 2 match wins on the board. First they get through FaZe, then they get through Cloud9. It's been a good couple days for the
Can I
Vancouver
just say
Surge.
something?
Of course, Pat. Floor is yours.
This is why when you know your ass, you blow it up right away, bro.
There it
This
is.
guy has came in and been the best player on the team for 2 matches straight now, and against the best team in the game.
Yep.
Like, bro, if you know that you have a mediocre player or your team is performing mediocre and it's obvious you need a roster change, don't play out a whole fucking stage and lose out on a ton of points and get shit on at the major when you clearly, and we all know this, there are clearly some talented players in challengers that will elevate your squad. I mean, I think I saw too on the timeline people talk about Lunars. Like, That's a free upgrade to try out. Like, why not? There is
Not even
no
that.
downside, bro.
Not even that. You
When
probably
you're garbage, just make the move.
You
Blow
don't
it
even
up,
get
make the
worse.
change. Yeah, exactly.
You stay the same or
worst
you get
case
better.
scenario, you keep getting 0 points, but fucking make the change. Like, it pisses me off because this happens every fucking time, bro. Where like someone comes in and the team instantly gets better.
You missed the episode yesterday, Pat, but we were filling in for you about LAG, saying the same thing.
Okay. Yeah.
We were filling in for you.
I just don't understand, bro. It's like
We were saying the
how
same
many
thing.
times
It's like
do you
Pat
gotta
was here,
see it,
he'd
bro?
be saying to blow it up. Bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, people, you can't dig yourself the hole, but you have to make changes. You have to be proactive before you get in that hole, right? And I mean, Vancouver, they did a good job. I think Neptune was a perfect person to slot into this roster. I mean, he's a playmaker, dude. Like, watching his POV.
He's disgusting.
Yeah, he's disgusting.
disgusting.
Like, watching
I mean,
his
it
POV,
makes
he's
sense with
gross.
this game, right? Like, it made all the sense that this would be a game he would excel at. Like, we obviously saw him have weak moments before, but it's like this is a game suited for him, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's the Omni movement. It's these Halo kids, man, with the Omni movement. These guys are different in Omni movement games. Let's go to you, Ben. Vancouver Surge. They go up against Cloud9 today. Cloud9 falls short in the map number 5. What did you think of the series, Ben?
I think Vancouver's showing a lot of promise and speed in the respawn, so really think that Neptune play is working out for the whole squad, and we see them rebound. I mean, Cloud9, some progress. I thought the Hossie S&D was pretty clean. Actually, both Hossies I thought were pretty good, but they just got smang bopped on that last map. I mean, that shit was just not even close. And for C9, I think there's some positives this week, some negatives. Maybe it holds off the roster change because they have Vegas and Boston next week, and there's probably an opportunity to go 2-0, but yeah, I mean, fun series.
C9
Actually,
did look
entertaining
like
for once.
C9 did look like they stepped up a little bit this weekend. I mean, Dante just started shooting. I mean, Dante's back. I feel like Dante, ever since the LAN, he pulled up at the LAN, played really good at the LAN, and then coming back to online, I feel like he's been shooting a lot better. Would you guys say, or no? I feel like Dante's been looking better.
He did a full 180.
And then obviously Dylan had a better series yesterday. I mean, I think the biggest thing today was Mac. Mac struggled a little bit today. Mac just couldn't get anything going in the S&Ds. I think he had a donut in the last search, if I remember correctly. Map number 5.
423 damage.
Yeah, 423. Gotta get a 423 spam in the chat. 423 damage from Mac here in the map number 5, and then you see the map 2. He was 3-6 here. Kremp was 12-3. I mean, he was trying to do everything for these guys, and it just wasn't enough. So I'm not sure what's going on here in the search and destroy for Mac, but he had a rough day in the S&D here. What about you, Chris? Vancouver, they make a change. They bring in Neptune.
I'm not going to shit on. I was going to say I'm not going to shit on C9 too hard because they did. They went 1-1 and they could have won the series. But I'm going to give props to Vancouver. I did have them win this series, and I picked Neptune as my fantasy player because I saw what he was doing in Challengers, and I had a good feeling that he was going to come in and make an impact. A lot of teams can learn from this Vancouver roster change, man. They went from having like a more disciplined SMG player that makes more methodical plays. It wasn't suiting them, and they got somebody that literally has full CT and just runs out and headbangs the hill and fucking 3-pieces people. So, yeah, I'm really happy with the way Neptune's playing. It seemed to have elevated everybody. I think a lot of people are undervaluing the fact that, yes, you need people that take routes and make smart plays. But at the end of the day, when you have players and subs on your team that are playing at pace and being aggressive, but not completely throwing their lives away, which you were seeing 0-4 and Neptune do, that allows your AR players to get set up in favorable positions and buys you time and spacing on the map for people to advance. Mm-hmm. If you have SMGs that are only taking routes, then your ARs cannot fucking move. You have no space. Yeah. If you have a subs that are just running around and dying and throwing their lives away, it's the same fucking effect. So Vancouver seemed to have figured out their little system, and they're on the uptrend. So I'm really happy to see that. As for C9, listen, I said it before because people were calling on this roster change with C9, and people were talking about, oh, maybe Pred will join this team, blah, blah, blah. But before he joined Optic, and people were saying like, oh yeah, maybe Kremp should go or blah, blah, because he's like the odd man out, right? Dude, Kremp is literally the only reason this team gets S&D wins on the board. Yeah, the amount of S&Ds this guy has dropped double digits for this team to actually win a search and destroy is absurd. And every time he doesn't and has a lackluster S&D performance, this team doesn't even get close to winning a fucking search. So these guys need to figure it out in search. It's good that Dante's been shooting. Attach had a series yesterday. Mac had a series yesterday. But at the end of the day, this team's not very consistent. So we'll see how they progress because they are still on the uptrend. So like I said, I don't want to shit on them too hard because we don't really know where Vancouver's going to sit when it comes to the rest of the pack. They've been playing really well. But yeah, C9 still need to figure it out because 1-1 is fine. But since they start off slow, they need to have some good weekends with some 2-0 matches, and they need to beat these teams because these are the teams that they're going to be compared to the whole week or the whole year.
I mean, they did 3-0 stomp fucking Toronto the other day, so like that's why I don't want to, because that series is pretty clean out of them. And then I mean, I think it's clear that Vancouver's playing good, and teams are probably going to have to respect. They won like 4 protocols this weekend across like all the game modes. So they're going to have to respect them on that map. But for Cloud9, I think the schedule coming up for them, this split is not too bad.
What is it again, Ben? You said it was Boston and who?
It's all mid-pack.
Yeah, they need to have a 2-0 weekend,
FaZe. It's Vegas, Boston this weekend. Minor, LAG Carolina, and then FaZe. So like
they gotta beat Boston. They got to get a 2-0 weekend, bro. Like I'm iffy on this team. I'm still hesitant to like, shit on them too hard. Because like I said, they're on an uptrend, but like until I see a 2-0 weekend where they're beating teams they're compared to consistently, I don't really have much else to say about them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. We need to see more from these guys, right? I think we can't deny that the subs have kind of been like the 2 best players on the team. Granted, Matt kind of struggled today. But I want to see like consistency. I want all these guys frying on a day-to-day basis. You can't have 2 guys frying one day and 2 guys getting shit on, and it's just that's the same thing every day, right? Like everybody needs to turn up on every given day. So I mean, Cloud9 definitely got to keep an eye on that roster because they, in my opinion, Chris, I agree with you. They still look a little iffy, right? Like they look better, but their ceiling is way higher than what they're showing right now, at least in my opinion. And then on the other side with Vancouver, again, I think Neptune was just a perfect person to slot in with this roster. I think Nasty's been playing really good for these guys too. He stepped up. He had a 1.4 against Atlanta FaZe. And today I know he had a 0.91, but he was making plays today too. I feel like he's really stepped up his gameplay. I don't know what he's been doing. Maybe just the practice has been paying off.
Neptune's popping pieces, brother.
Yeah, bro. You get a better
easier
fourth
for him,
player,
yeah.
like everyone's job gets easier, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone's.
Yeah, Chris, I can't agree more with you too on creating space as a sub player. That's your job, right? Like you're supposed to be the guy getting in there, like getting nitty gritty and kind of opening the map for the ARs. Like the sub's not getting in there and getting kills. Like if you don't have like a head smasher sub, like the ARs are just constantly in a blender.
I've said it from day one. Like there are routes. Don't get me wrong, but this is not a route man's game. This is not a route man's game. As soon as you get certain spawns in this game,
Chris, it's situational.
Yeah. As soon as you get into certain situations, which you get a lot of them. You just gotta go, bro. You gotta funnel and just like hope that your talented players pop a piece to gain you some space. And most of the time, it's probably not going to be an AR player. Like it's gonna come from your subs. And Neptune is he's performing and he's giving back to this team there.
Yeah, I like the way Vancouver's playing. Just keep progressing, keep expanding that map pool. Like maybe this is the stage where we see a Vancouver, maybe it's early Vancouver top 4, or is this going to be like last year where they're going to kind of get 6th? I don't know. But I like the progress.
Yep, it's just good to see some changes being made. Got to give Rambo his credit. They're making some changes, and they're trying to get this ship back on the right track.
Let's not give them too much credit, though, because we were all like, I don't know about this Charlie Hixie move, and they basically just went back to
it was
the
a
same
horrible
situation they had
decision to
last
begin
year.
with.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll give Rambo a little bit of credit. We'll give him a little bit of credit
for correcting the ship, but their initial decision wasn't good.
But at least, like Pat said, Ben, we're seeing them actually make changes instead of just sitting around waiting.
My bad, Ray.
Fuck Rambo. Everybody says, let's get a Wambo spam in the chat for Rambo Ray. But yeah, any other final thoughts here for Vancouver and for Cloud9? Any other final thoughts? I mean, this one goes all the way down to map 5. I thought the map 5 was clinical too for Vancouver. Dante clutched a crazy 1v2 in the beginning. Actually, I can show you guys. It was a crazy snap onto 04. I thought we were going to see this map go differently after the first round here. This was a crazy shot. Sam, what gun is Sib using here? What gun is that?
We're just going to pretend that 04 wasn't missing.
I mean, hold on. Can we talk about how quick he shredded 04 there?
He got headshot cheese for sure, but 04 was missing.
Cheese. Yeah, he did get headshot. I don't
know. Got headshot cheese.
04 did shoot.
Snapper, bro.
He shot some ziggies
04
there.
missed a couple shots.
Yeah, he missed a few shots.
It's the only round they won. He got the last laugh.
Yeah, it was a good read from Dante. I thought after this round, clutch a 1v2 to start the map. I thought it was going to be Cloud9 running away with it, but it's the opposite. They didn't win a round after that. So it was the only round on the board that Cloud9 was able to get. But any other final thoughts before we head into the series everybody is waiting for us to talk about, the big one? Any other final thoughts?
Move on, bro.
The quickest one of the day.
Jesus. Let's talk about the time respecter.
The quickest series of the day. We go into the last series. We have Optic Texas going up against the Minnesota ROKKR. This one ends in a 3-0 in favor of Minnesota. Optic struggling to get maps on the board right now.
Before you scroll down to the stats.
Okay.
Looking at the first, 3-0. God damn. But now scroll down to the stats.
Yo, Sam, brace yourself.
Damn.
So brace yourself, Sam.
Damn.
Oh no, bro.
Damn.
Listen, I said he was getting fucking Kentucky Fried yesterday. Emphasis on Kentucky Fried. I said it yesterday. I said it yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. So just for all the audio listeners tuning in, I'm going to run you through the stats. On a Minnesota ROKKR side, we have a green carpet, everybody positive. You have a 1.18 from Paul, a 1.20 from Nero, a 1.03 from Gio, a 1.16 from Estriel. I mean, everybody across the board shooting over there. Paul got a new jersey. He's feeling real comfortable. And on the other side, you got Shotzi with a 0.93. You have AG with a 1.04, Dashi with a 1.0, but Kenny with a 0.59. In this one, also had he actually had more damage than Shotzi with a 0.59.
I don't know what Ant was shooting at.
Yeah, he had more damage. Ant really didn't have a lot of damage in this series.
Could someone tell me what their I'm sure we'd have to look it up. Like what their team win-loss record is on a map basis, and what their stat comparison is since Shotzi's tweets. I feel like it's all been fucking down.
Did you see what Maven said, Pat?
No, I didn't.
That Shotzi, when he was tweeting and doing that villain arc shit, that he was just talking to himself in the future, and he just didn't know.
Is that what Maven said?
Okay.
He said he was giving his own team that advice, and he was just unaware at the time.
Well, I mean, we do got to say, if you're going to talk shit like that, right, you're going to set a target on your back. People are going to want to beat you.
Not easy, bro. You got to be able to walk the walk if you're going to talk like that. And that the thing is, that doesn't just go for Shotzi. It goes for the whole team. Because even though it's Shotzi tweeting it, like he's representing his team when you speak like that, because you're talking about a team game. Like your whole team has to be able to back that up for you.
Mm-hmm. Not many could do it like you, Pat.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, Chris. Like, talking's easy, but walking's a bit harder.
Ben, let's go to you. Optic Texas, they fall flat against Minnesota today. It was a 3-0 victory for Minnesota. What did you think about it, Benjay?
On the Minnesota side, just love the way they played in this series. These maps were pretty great, at least the last two were. And I thought they made some excellent plays in the S&D, especially on the Vault Search, one of their better maps. On the Vault Control, it looked like maybe Optic was going to kind of win that map, and Minnesota kind of snatched it from, again, one of Minnesota's better maps. On the Optic side, we'll talk probably a lot about Ken on the show. I'll let you guys kind of carry weight on that. Before the series, I saw the map set. I was a little bit concerned because I saw the triple vault, and we talked a little bit about Minnesota's strong maps. Went back and forth with a few people on Twitter. Shane from Thieves was making probably a good point that Optic's map set, just with a few days of practice, probably not super confident in a lot of maps. Even then, I don't know how you guys feel. I'm still not super high then on, even if you have a small map pool, confident on a few days of practice. You really want to play another team on their best maps?
No.
I don't know if that's the right strat.
I think we knew right off the bat. As soon as you told me the records to all their maps, Ben, and before the series started, I was like, yeah, this could be a rough one, right? Like you're just handing Minnesota their best maps. You're pretty much just making them comfortable. I'm not really too sure what the thought process was behind the videos. I'm sure they had a thought process to it. I just don't know what it was. And I think
these are probably the easiest maps to These are the easiest maps to understand. They're so one-dimensional that it's probably the easiest maps for them to play right now with their lack of practice.
I'm kind of with Chris. Vault's just the most Vault Control. You just block a B spawn. Vault S&D, you plant A, and Vault Hardpoint's been their bread and butter map up until the major. So it's probably just familiarity kind of thing.
Yeah, Vault is such a one-dimensional map, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, every Vault has just one win condition for the most part.
Yeah. Sam, while you're talking, we'll go to you. What did you think of the series, Sam? Minnesota ROKKR, they come out, they get the W.
It was a hell of a series for Minnesota. To see them come out and get a convincing 3-0, their first one of the season, was definitely great. So they're feeling pretty confident. For the Optic side, man, it's just what I said yesterday. They just got to get better as a team, dude. I know Ken had an absolute fucking stinker, but they just got to get better as a team. Right now, they're slumping hard, even not just on the stat sheet. Like, sure, probably went positive. Brandon had an even series, but just as a team, they're all off. I don't know what it is with Ken, but he has moments in every map where he goes on 10+ sprees of not getting a kill. I don't know what it is. If it's a pacing thing with him, if it's just trying to fill a gap, trying to hit a timing because he feels like he has to. I don't know what it is, but he started the first map 0-8, They were up 2-0 in the control, and he went 9-22 for the next 3 rounds. Like, he just has these moments, like the against Miami on land, the 16 death spree we all laughed. The protocol, I think it was was it their last match or another series recently? He went on another 14. Like, he just has these moments where he just does not let the game come to him at all. He's just trying to go forward at all times, and it's killing him. Like, it's not obviously his fault, but like he's just got to play better, man. The stats, like, bro, he had a 0.6 today. This has been his norm in recent series, and it's got to improve. I'm not saying their team is playing well, but it's got to start somewhere.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's like, I don't want to put all the blame on Kenny, but it's
not all on him.
He definitely needs to get kills though, Sam. Like, it is his fault that he can't get kills, Sam. I mean, if he can't win fights.
I'm not defending him in that regard. I'm just saying, like, from his point of view, it's probably the game feels impossible for him right now. I guarantee it, like, how it feels for him. Yeah. He's just trying to do too much. He's trying to, bro. He died 90 times in 3 maps.
Yeah, that's insane. And he's an AR too. He's an AR player.
He's rated AR for almost the entire series. He is fucking sprinting it down.
Being an AR player,
I want him to get a 2-piece.
Back when I played, and maybe even Sam can attest to this. Well, he's had probably a lot more. He's definitely had a lot more success than I have. But there's just times where, like, as an AR player, you feel suffocated, bro. Like, it feels like you can't, like, move anywhere. It feels like every decision you make is just the wrong one. And I said it yesterday, bro. This ROKKR team was going to be a test for where this Optic team actually is. Granted, they have no, like, practice right now, because when you don't play with teamwork against this ROKKR team, you are going to get fucking fried. These guys are always helping each other and in the right spots. If you play isolated from your team, or you're not, like, playing at a pace, like, with your teammates, you are going to get fried by these guys, because they are so good at always being together and being in positions to help. These guys literally team shot, like, everything. If somebody's there taking a fight, Nero's coming up behind them to shoot fucking 2 or 3 of them in the back. Same with Estro. Like, they understand how to buy each other time and help each other, and that's just something that Optic does not have in their bag right now. I said it yesterday. Their ARs seem like they're on different pages, and their subs seem like they're on different pages. They have zero cohesion right now, and it shows. Like, Kenny Kenny can definitely shoot better. I'm not going to make excuses for him, but he is a teamwork-oriented player. Like, you've played with him. You know how Ken is.
Yeah, he's losing full.
Exactly. He's probably spawning up on the map and just losing composure and doesn't know where to go, because it feels like they're probably staggered for the whole map. One guy's dying before somebody else is ready. He gets to his spot. His teammates are dead. Blah, blah, blah. Like, it just... I get how that feeling is.
I agree with you, but also, I mean, I could argue that Kenny is contributing to that problem more than anyone else.
Probably.
Him dying 90 fucking times.
Yeah.
Like I said, reason that they're feeling like that.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not.
Hold
like
a
I said,
fucking spot.
I wasn't making excuses for him. I'm more so saying that, like, he's probably losing composure and just has no idea how to bail himself out of it.
I think it's just a compounding thing, dude. I think the state of their team is shit. I don't think that any of them are making the right play most of the time. And playing with Ken and having firsthand experience, he's losing his mind. He's trying to fill gaps. He's sprinting it down, legitimately dropping 0.5s every series for the last however long it's been. Like, the team is just in fucking shambles right now. And I'm just going to repeat what I said yesterday, bro. You need to fucking disappear for, like, weeks at a time for the rest of this stage and just fucking get better together, dude. That's all you got. Like, I'm not saying it's all you got to do. Like, it's the easiest thing in the world, but, like, that's the path that they have to be on right now. They're going to be bad losses. There's going to be a fuck ton of criticism from legitimately everybody. But if you do what you did last year in the steps that you took last year when you were at rock bottom as a team, when you dug yourself out of that, you just have to follow the steps that you set forward last year and do it again. I know it's not easy. I know it's going to be ugly as fuck, and we're going to have series like this and the last one and the last one and the last one. But you just got to do it, dude. You have to do it.
What was the turning point, though? Because this team, didn't they have, like, one of the best Stage 1 online records?
Yeah.
Like, what was the turning point? Like,
they went to an event and
was it the
just
tweets,
lost
bro?
their fucking minds.
I swear to God, the timeline would show it's the tweets, bro.
No, they played fine. They played fine at the end of the stage. They beat Toronto they were good.
There was only one match after the
It was the event. It was literally the event. They showed up and everything hit the fan.
They pulled up the
DFW. They must have been selling enough fucking champagne they drank on that fucking plane to Madrid. Like, I don't know, bro. Like just the minute since they have gotten on that flight, went to Madrid, crashed out, gotten back, now trying to figure out this new team with AG, just everything feels completely sideways with them.
I mean, there's really not much else we could say there. I mean, I see a lot of people calling for more roster changes with Optic. I mean, I don't personally see them changing, but I didn't see them picking up Pred, and they picked up Pred. So, I mean, I really don't know what's coming out of the camp. I mean, what's the schedule looking like moving forward for Optic Texas, Ben? Who are they playing? That you said, oof, that doesn't sound very good. What's it look like, Ben?
Okay, so they have a very hard schedule. They got Carolina next week, so Carolina's obviously desperate for a win.
Okay.
Then the minor, we already talked about that yesterday. Miami and Toronto. The Toronto one will probably be a rematch from the minor because on their side of the bracket.
Dude, there's no team that I'm looking at with confidence against
LA Thieves
like,
and then LAG.
right now.
It's like they gotta.
Other than maybe
As I said yesterday on the show, bro, be prepared for them to be 4-3 going in this major. It may happen. They
I
might
think they
squeak
need to be
in.
prepared for much worse.
Yeah, I think so too.
In their current form, getting 3-0'd by ROKKR, like, I'm not saying ROKKR's a bad team by any stretch, but there's no team that, in the way that they're playing right now, I'm not looking at any matchup other than Falcons with confidence right now.
They need to come through next weekend and show me some strengths in game modes, because right now, like, you can look at every team that's struggling and I can still point you a strength for the most part that they have. And I'm looking right now at Optic's current weekend, and from this weekend, I don't see a single strength
They
that
don't
they
have a
have
map win
currently.
yet. They're
Yeah,
0-6.
exactly.
The benefit thing that might help them out, Chris, because they don't have the like FaZe situation where they got 3.5 weeks to get better. They get one match next week, they get the minor, and then they really got to get going in those last 4 matches. So that extra week might really help them going at the beginning of March when they really, really need to like get going and actually figure out like their identity as a team.
The thing is, I've said it, like, dude, this game is completely different than MW3, man. Like, yeah, their sub-dynamic worked in MW3, but they're going to have to figure it out in this game, bro. I've said it. You need that fucking guy that's just going to go in there and ape shit. And, like, Fred's still getting used to the game, and, like, Shotzzy's that has not played to
be fair,
the
AG's
point
been
that
their
he has
best
played.
player, Chris. To be fair.
Yeah. I'm not saying
What do
he's
you mean
bad.
getting
I'm
used to the
saying
game? He
I'm
played
saying-
at the beginning.
No, no,
AG had a nuclear controller.
what I'm saying is, like, they got to figure it the
did.
fuck out. Like, there's just their AR dynamic, their sub dynamic, their team dynamic, it's all in shambles. Like, Shotzi's not playing as good as he did in stage 1. Dashy had a bad series yesterday, and then Kenny's getting fried. Like, yeah, Pred's shown up and he's playing his role, but like, who knows how that role is gonna like progress as the team gets better and they need people to just start doing specific things. Because yeah, he's playing well in the stat category and he's making the right plays and stuff like that, but they need to find a way that he and everybody else can help everyone play better, not just one person playing good. If that makes sense.
Bro, I don't think they're gonna figure it out that quick. And in my honest opinion, like, I don't think they should drop Kenny long term, but I absolutely think him being benched and them getting a temporary replacement is warranted, bro. It's been a stage and a half where this guy has been underperforming massively, and in my opinion, it's only gotten worse. Like in stage 1, he was like 0.8, 0.9, 0.8, like maybe, but like he's dropping legit stinkers since the major.
What do you mean by a temporary replacement? Like for one match?
No, like until fucking Kenny turns it the fuck around. Like I just make a fucking add someone on. Don't drop Kenny. Obviously, just put him on the bench. Add an AR on and see what gets better. Like, because dude, he has literally been progressing in the opposite direction. He was already playing bad in stage 1. He is playing like shit.
Don't think that
regardless of the team dynamic.
I don't think he's that great at this game, or has been since the start. And I think that the only reason I'm saying that is because his teammates were fucking 2 MVP candidates. They were legitimately the best players in the game, stage 1. So I think that his
3 of them
shortcomings for this game were almost like overlooked a little bit. I'm not saying that he's like, he didn't do his things to win and he had those moments, sure, but I think that them playing that well kind of it just jaded a little bit. And then now that the team is in shambles with a change, I think the problem is being exacerbated a lot more than it was in stage 1.
They dropped Pred and they brought him back. Like, do this. Like, you can do the same thing. Like,
they need a mindset shift. Like, they just need somebody that's like, going to come in and
call on this team, bro.
They need somebody that's going to come in and just change the way they're like fundamentally thinking about the game, because they're just like They're just like, I don't know. They just seem like they don't have a good grasp of what they want to do or how they want to play, and everyone is struggling. Like you're just not seeing the best out of like anyone.
Yeah.
They need Crimsix to come around and drop Mind Gym on everybody's fucking
Nah,
doorstep.
bro, I'm not-
honestly.
nah,
My team exploded after that. That is not what they did.
Honestly,
My
go
team
hit-
exploded
Yo,
after that.
go hit up Tyler Fellow and have him fucking sit there and coach you for fucking literally like a couple weeks, bro.
I wonder what Damon's saying.
Yeah, I wonder what Damon
Oh,
thinks about
he's
it also.
he's losing composure.
Wonder what Damon's up to.
He's losing absolute fool.
And the thing is, too, is if you do make a change, sure, yep, there's definitely a lot of players out there that you can pick up, but who, right? Like, who would be comfortable with this team? Like, who can you slot in here that can see actually be a difference maker here, right? Like, it's, and I'm thinking of players, but it's like,
Any AR that knows how to play this
bro.
game, bro. Like this
No,
game
no, no, no,
obviously
no.
just
Listen,
doesn't
people are
suit-
saying,
but they-
Haley,
but they
everybody's
need
favorite
someone that
Haley,
can
not
run
Tyler
us up.
Fellow.
No, I don't think, bro. I don't think they
Don't
need to
need them
change. I don't think they need to change. I genuinely think they need somebody outside of the camp that doesn't have a vested interest, like obviously because they can't. Not going to get somebody from the team. Like no bullshit. Go talk to Tyler Fellow and ask him if he will legitimately sit in your scrims and just like figure out what the fuck they're doing.
Well, he's not
They
going to do
need
that for free.
Tyler
I know,
Fellow
I
coming
know.
to
Say
save
no,
the
no
green
bullshit. No
wall.
bullshit.
Say no,
Hey,
bro.
listen,
What?
no. Hear me out, bro. They did it with
I'm saying
Lamar.
no if I'm Fellow.
They
Yeah,
did it
but
with Lamar.
Fellow's competing, Chris. That's the
I'm
thing.
saying
Okay,
no,
okay.
absolutely.
Well, listen, they did it with Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar
helped.
knew he was retiring. He was hoping to get a coaching
Okay, I'm
job.
not. Listen, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. I think they need an external opinion that's not in the camp. No,
Yo,
no
Tyler,
bullshit.
come do this shit for free. We're also not offering you a roster spot, but can you make Kenny better?
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
just,
bro.
Hey, well, hey, I'm just saying they did it with Lamar.
That's just insane.
no,
Chris, you
it's
might
a-
be the only person in the world that would do that. Bro.
Yeah, no, there's no way. Fellow would just be wasting his time if he's not getting paid or he's not offered anything, right?
I'm not saying he's not offering anything. I'm just saying, like, I think they need an external opinion. Lamar helped them last year. Like, hell, they could benefit from that maybe from somebody else. I'm
Chelly
just
in the
saying.
chat. Chelly in the chat says they'll do it for free.
Yeah, Jelly.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Shelly's in platinum.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
they need someone who's not dropping a neg 40, bro, with an AR. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just you need a just a dynamic shift right now, bro. Just, bro, for if anything, to get these guys' confidence back. Like they've lost all confidence, bro. They're getting
They're rock
3-0'd
bottom.
in every
They're rock
series.
bottom, bro.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, and they're clearly pissed off.
you have to make
Dashy
a
broke the
switch.
fucking webcams today, bro. It was funny today when they cut to their webcams and Dashy's webcam wasn't on because he just snapped it in half yesterday.
Bro, what was that? By the way, that was like the weirdest intentional. Like it took him forever. I watched that video, bro. He was like, it wasn't like you lost, you just threw the webcam off the monitor and it broke. He was sitting there like twisting it to break it. It was the most awkward webcam break I've
He
ever
like
seen.
started angry for losing, and then he got angry that he couldn't break it.
I think he just got angrier and angrier as he just kept trying to break
Just
it.
nothing's working. Nothing's going
He
right.
just got more pissed off.
Like, damn, what's this made out of?
You know, but you do got to feel for them. I mean, they are struggling right now, so I'm sure they're all fucking pissed, right? Like, knowing those guys on the team, like those guys like to win.
Strong ass
So,
webcam. God damn.
but yeah, and then on the other side, dude, I want to give a shout out to Nero. Bro, this guy is not good. This guy is great. Like, this guy is insane. And I feel like this guy deserves all the glaze right now because Nero has been like, bro, it doesn't matter who he's playing or who's on the other side. Like, this guy's a playmaker, bro. This guy's got to be annoying to play against. Sam, I was saying it to you today. Estro and Nero, the constant pinches that they hit together, like as a sub duo, has
Their
got to be
chemistry
annoying.
right now, I'm not bullshitting you. I might put them like top 5 in the league at the moment, if not a little bit higher. Like these guys, the way that they work together and their consistency has been fucking awesome. Nero's been a superstar since this game came out, and Estriel has been just like a consistent player. He really doesn't have that many bad series. He's just very, very good,
Good at
like
every
gap
game
filler.
mode. Good at
He's
every
good
game
at
mode,
every
too.
game mode. Like they are disgusting, genuinely.
They are.
And I like watching them play.
What were you going to say, Chris?
I was agreeing with you. I was just saying he's good at every game mode. And shout out Dan Looney, bro, the coach, and their whole team for the fucking system they all put together.
Yeah,
They're
and
fun
Nero.
team to watch,
Paul's been
bro.
playing. Paul's been playing good COD too.
They're
Yeah,
just
Paul's
such a
been
fun
great.
team to
We were
watch, bro.
cooking Paul for a while there, but he's been playing good COD.
Got a
mean,
bigger
even in the
jersey.
interview,
Started
Paul
packing
got a bigger
lip
jersey.
pillows.
Yeah, even in
Pillow Paul, the Minnesota Rocker, man. Shout out Paulie.
Yeah, even in the interview, Paul was like, if I'm shooting and I'm stepping up, like my teammates are nasty, like we're gonna be good. And Paul's good too. He's got to give himself more credit. He's a great player. Like when Paul's shooting, that motherfucker's shooting. So I mean, they're playing good. Obviously, Nero got the match MVP today. 1.28 in hardpoint, 1.5 in S&D, 1.08 in control. Just a phenomenal series coming in from Nero. But just the way that they're playing, all of them, even Gio, Estrio, Paul, every single one of them, just the way they're playing as a team. These guys are looking really good, man. I've been impressed with the ROKKR gameplay.
They don't have an easy. They don't have easy stages at a time.
Who do they play next?
It's too.
I think this Minnesota ROKKR team can take down top teams. I do.
Well, speaking of, so Carolina and Vegas next week. So maybe that's 2 wins. Vegas for sure.
Okay, that doesn't sound tough to me.
Well, no, but then it gets tough after the break because you got FaZe, Thieves, and Vancouver. So those are all 3 teams that we expect at this point. But I don't know about Vancouver, but FaZe and Thieves, those are 1-2 from last split.
I think they can do it. I think ROKKR could win. I think those matches are winnable. Some of those matches are winnable.
I swear they had a competitive series with Thieves before. I could be wrong. I'm trying to.
They had a competitive series with everybody basically. So. I think there's 4 or 5 wins in here. I think they're a winners bracket team, and then it's just parlaying that into a good run in Major 2. And
they have to keep their confidence up. They got to keep their confidence up.
The thing that's scary about this ROKKR team is they are legitimately getting better. Like we were already saying that they were like good like last stage, and like they had their their faults here and there, but they're improving every single match that we watched them play. So that's like scary for the rest of the league.
Yeah, completely agree. I've been impressed with the Minnesota ROKKR. They've been shooting. I obviously they're playing great teams, Ben, but I think they're going to compete. Like I don't think they're just going to get wiped. Like I think it's going to be like a good match. Like I think they're actually.
They've been competing with people all season, Tom. Have they not?
Yeah, but now they're getting definitive wins, which is what that was like going into stage 2 is really the thing that I wanted to see. Like I wanted to see them close series in under 4 maps, and they have 2 of them so far. So
I think the big thing for me with them, they had that big slide before they went to the minor, and unlike Optic, who came to the minor and things went south, I know they were in a position to make winners bracket and didn't. I think whatever work they put in at the minor the week before, and they were able to make like a decent run. They only lost at the minor, bro. Or sorry, not the minor. At the major, their only losses to Miami at that event because they started in losers bracket, and then they beat Miami when they came back. These guys have been on a good run now for a minute, so.
Yeah, excited to watch Minnesota ROKKR continue to move forward. Optic obviously struggling right now. I'm curious to see if they can turn it around. We'll see if there's any changes, but I mean, personally, I don't think they're making a change, but I could be wrong.
They're not going to make a change.
Yeah, I don't think they'll make a change. I think
the only time that they would do it is if Ken keeps this up and they don't get better and they go to stage 2 and get last.
Yeah.
If they keep this up to stage 2 and they fall short at stage 2, they're definitely making a change. There's no way. I just don't see them just being complacent and just sitting there doing nothing about it. But any other final thoughts before we check fantasy? Any other final thoughts?
I have one more final thought.
Minnesota? Yeah, go ahead, Ben.
One thing we really didn't talk about, Ants damage in the series is also very weird. I don't know your guys' thoughts on that.
I mean, the whole scoreboard in general for these guys look weird.
Go look at map 1.
It's got no damage.
Go look at map 1 in particular.
Yeah, map 1. I don't know what he was shooting at. I don't know what Ant was doing on map 1. Because he didn't play bad in terms of KD. I mean, he was 29 and 30, but I don't know what's going on with his damage.
There's just no synergy, bro. They have zero synergy in their team, bro. Like look at Ken. Look at Ken and Shotzi. Like there's the super outliers. One has no damage, and like the other one just has way more engagements than he does, and he's playing a completely different role.
Yeah. The score, you could tell by just looking at the scoreboard, something's wrong.
Look at the
Minnesota
scoreboard. Look at their damage. That is
Pat, come on, that's a low blow right now, man.
Look at Minnesota's scoreboard and just look at Optic's scoreboard, and like they're all shooting, but like
so well
that's like what you want to see every time from a team. That's how you know they are playing good COD.
Yeah, 100%. Any other final thoughts with the Minnesota ROKKR and Optic Texas? Anybody else? Any final thoughts here?
Other than I smoked Ben in fantasy, Tom.
That's what we're actually going to take a look at next, and then we'll take a look at fantasy, and then we'll take a look at next week's matches. But let's see what's going on here on the fantasy side of things. As you guys know, we repicked for stage 2. We got new teams on the board. That nub was the champion of stage 1. So we got some matchups here. First matchup here, we got Team Benjay versus Crimsix Hardcounter. That's you, Pat.
That's me.
The Slayer versus Benjay. Let's see what's going on here. And it looks like Pat gets the victory here this weekend with a 7-4 victory.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Listen, I'm calling.
That's a dirty Neslo, Pat.
Dirty Neslo.
I'm calling sick cheese, bro. The Miami camp was sick this week. It's all good.
Okay.
That's good fundies, though, Pat. You gotta have good fundies.
I know. That's
good work.
I know I got shit on fantasy, bro. Don't even look at mine.
Slay, that's good work. Pat, who was getting you your S&D points? Where was that coming in from?
Snoopy got me a lot.
Was it Snoopy?
04. Snoopy and 04.
04, yeah.
And Snoopy in
That's what I'm
04.
saying. People were clowning my choice, Tom, but I got a well-rounded squad for all game modes.
Oh, you do? I mean, who was clowning your choice? I think we were clowning Chelly's choices. I don't think we were kind of.
That's true. It was mostly the chat.
Yeah, I don't think your team's that bad. I actually kind of fuck with your team, Pat. I think Wynn's the biggest X factor for you. Like depending on how he
Austin
does.
is.
And Austin, yeah, the Carolina guys, really, the Carolina guys are the biggest X factor. I mean, Ben went double Miami. I'm not sure how I feel about that, to be honest.
It's insane.
But yes, Ben J falls short to the Slayer here in the first weekend. Then we got Team Parsite going up against Gersh, social media manager Gersh. And it looks like Duarte falls short by 1 point here as Gersh takes the victory 6-5 here. Duarte gets the advantage in the S&Ds, but in the hard point and controls, it looks like you fell short, Duarte.
Listen, bro. I'm actually so mad, bro. I sat Neptune out because they were playing FaZe, and Neptune fries in both.
Wait, you
matches.
sat Neptune out for who?
Because
That's
they were
insane.
playing FaZe for Skies this weekend. Because Skies isn't.
No
Bro,
way.
Hear me out.
That was your
Listen,
decision?
listen,
Duarte.
I thought Skies was gonna play better this stage, man.
They've been
God
getting
damn
shit on.
it.
LAG's been
And
getting
then
shit
hold on, Shotzi and Allboy didn't play good either, bro. Like, what is this?
Wait,
Sad
your
Neptune
team's
for
cooked,
Caesar?
bro.
You guys
Hold
didn't
on.
know how good Neptune was gonna do.
I
Don't
wasn't
give me
sitting
that.
for Caesar.
Yeah,
I only
would've rolled him
because LAG had an easy schedule, and fucking Neptune was playing FaZe first match. So I was like, he might get shit on.
Yeah, but there's
he
not a
didn't.
lot of like straight. The way these categories work, like
I
that
don't care about
people
categories.
that push
bro.
pace and volume are
tell you
good, no
what.
matter if they get shit on or
And
not.
categories
play
taking
fantasy.
points. It's taking points, Chris.
I got
Listen,
six
I'm
bomb,
just-
I got
picking a
5 bomb
team
planners
for
on my
Listen,
team. I won that bitch by 10.
Listen, Skies is banned, bro. Skies is banned. He's on the bench
No.
forever. I'm
No.
swapping him out.
Yeah, we're dropping him forever.
Watch it just now. Skies is gonna go crazy, and that dude's gonna shit the sheets.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
gonna be a
done. I'm
flip-flop.
done.
But yes, Gersh, what a victory there. So Gersh starts 1-0. Pat starts 1-0. We got Team Chelly versus Team what is that? Howie Nub?
Howie Nubman, man.
Howie Nubman. It's that nub. Let's see what's going on. Oh, Jesus, Chelly. It's not looking good for you, Chelly. It's an 8-3 victory for that nub here. Chelly's team of Kleenex, TJ, Mac, and P-Dog. I mean, that's one team there. That is one
Kelly, your
series
team is
team.
dirt shit.
And Chelly, your team's really
Team
struggling
is
here.
dirt shit.
Against Nub's team, we got Insight, Sid, Pred, and Dan Ghosty. Looks like Nub took points in every category here. Chelly really struggling in this one. So, Chelly, you might need to start thinking about making some changes here, maybe picking up some other players, or if you're feeling pretty confident, you keep the
Yeah,
same
hit that
squad.
wire
but-
for fucking somebody on Falcons. That's the only people left.
Yeah, you might need to pick up like Xnate or somebody. Does anybody have
I-
Xnate? I don't know if anybody has him.
I think he's on the wire. I'm
I
pretty
Bro, I
got
sure.
think
Kicks on my
Cammy's
bench when he comes back.
still up there, right? Cammy might be up
Nah,
there.
someone grabbed Cammy.
I think somebody
I
grabbed
think
Kenny
someone.
as a
I'm pretty
sub.
sure someone drafted him.
You also got to think about substitutes. People drafted substitutes too.
Yeah,
So
I'm pretty sure
people-
Cammy's someone sub.
Oh yeah.
Then we got Team Kason. You guys know Kason, the
Slammed.
owner of Atlanta FaZe, DJ, producer. He's an asshole. Going
Slammed
up against Sam LaRue, Octane, and it was
Slammed
8-3. Kason gets slammed, folks. He gets slammed by Sam LaRue.
Slammed him. Look
Hey,
at my
Well,
team, bro.
Kason had Kenny, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's tough. Kason did have Kenny. He's struggling right now. Kenny, I think that's probably the biggest X factor here for Kason. You have Simp, Real, Vivid, and Beans for Sam. You know, Beezy, Linz, Nasty, and Kenny for Kason.
I mean, I just cooked him.
You cooked
Just
him in
took him out back.
every category, Sam.
Look
Every
at my bomb
category.
plants. I got objective masterminds.
Absolutely. That's good to see. Oh, Jesus. 13 bomb plants? What the hell? Who's planting
That
the
was a
bombs?
phase vault S&D. Sip had 6 and 1.
Oh, my God. That is insane. That's good work for the bomb plants there. But Sam, probably not going to make any changes, right? Probably keeping
Nah,
your
man, I'm
roster.
feeling great about my team, man. I got King on the bench just in case.
Absolutely.
he's
Yeah.
not a bad bench.
He's not a
all
bad
right.
bench.
He played good today, kind of. I mean, he was getting kills. He was doing good for the picks. And then in the other one, we got Crim 6 going up against the one and only me. I was down 7-4 up until the last series, but I am now taking a lead here, Sam.
Wait, you won?
I won, Sam. I won.
my
You were telling me it
God.
wasn't looking good, Sam. You
Yeah,
were telling me it wasn't looking
friend to
get
get shit on.
Hey, I'm not
Joe
gonna
helped you out
lie.
today. Holy
I'm
shit.
not gonna lie. Krim had Hydra, and Hydra dismantled. He had Hydra, Kremp, and Draza. I can't believe I beat this team.
Did you win the searches? No, you split them.
I split the search. I lost the control, but it's the hard point where I took
Won
over.
by one S&D bomb plant.
Yeah, you won by a bomb plant. That's crazy.
Hey, this is a
dude.
grueler. These two teams are like, I feel like these players, like, look, I had Cell, Joe, Geo, and Purge up against Hydra, Draws, Kremp, and Abuza. All these players fried this weekend. Like, this was a nail biter. So yeah, Porter, hold that. GG.
Was that hill time per 10 minute? You went by 0.1? Is that HP H out of 10? What's the bottom part?
That's hell time per 10.
Yeah, whole time you won by 0.1.
Oh my god, bro. Or wait, no, wait. The bottom one? I lost by 0.1. I lost by 0.1.
That's crazy.
That is insane. But JJ, we'll get more updates for you guys. Let's see what's going on with. So Ben, you play Chelly next. Gers plays Sam. Looks like Pat, you play me next. So it's gonna be me versus you, Pat. Then we got that Nub versus K-Son, and then Team Parasite versus Crim 6. So we got some matchups coming up, man. We got some good matches. We'll keep you guys updated every Sunday on the fantasy. You know what I mean? And then we'll take a look here at the matches next week. These matches are looking kind of, you know what I mean? I mean, they're not looking too good right now. I mean, we got a Minnesota ROKKR versus Carolina. We got Miami versus LAG, and Vegas versus Cloud9 in the first day. Second day on the Saturday, we got Atlanta versus Miami. That should be a good one. We got Carolina and Optic. That'll be a good one as well. Optic got to get a win on the board. LAG versus Vancouver. We'll see if Vancouver can keep that consistency. And LAG, man, I mean, they're another team, man. Like if they can't get any wins on the board moving forward like that,
There's not one banger.
We got Toronto versus Boston. I mean, these will be some good matches. Like Toronto, Boston, there's some good matchups here. There's some good ones.
That Ultra Thieves match could be good. I'm talking bangers though, Tom. There's not one.
Yeah, I mean, we're not seeing.
Honestly, I like the mid-pack matches, bro.
No, the mid-pack matchups are entertaining.
They're all fun.
I'm talking like LAT FaZe, LAT something.
Yeah, I mean, there's Toronto on
really
Sunday, and then you got Cloud9 Boston, and you got Minnesota and Vegas. So looks like we got 2-3 match days, only 4 match days on Saturday. So that's the only day we have 4 matches.
With Optic out, we basically only have one opportunity for a banger. First LAT right now.
What happened?
They're gonna come correct next week, bro. They're gonna come correct, man.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It will obviously be locked in with the watch parties of the shows, so we'll be back. And it also these matches where there's 3 days. I mean, maybe we could do. Remember last year we were doing like brackets and stuff, and we're doing like little games and activity. Maybe we'll do some. Maybe on the Sunday or something. We'll do something. But we'll see. We'll see how the games play out. But let's do predictions for day 1. Minnesota versus Carolina. I'm going Minnesota. I'm going Minnesota against Carolina. I'm going 3-1 Minnesota ROKKR. Who do you got, Pat?
Can't go against my fantasy squad, so I'm going Carolina 3-2.
All right, Sam, what about you?
I'm gonna go Minnesota 3-1.
All right, Benjay?
Minnesota 3 out.
Duarte.
Minnesota.
All right, we got Miami Heretics going up against the Los Angeles Guerrillas. I'm going to go with Miami. I think LAG are going to continue to struggle. They've just been having a really hard time closing out any series. And Miami, I mean, they've been looking good. Are they getting Meadows back next week? I mean, he's got to be back next week, right? If it was just a sickness problem. I'm expecting top 3 Miami to come back out and do what they got to do. So I'm going Miami in that one. I'll say 3-2. I can see that going to a last map.
Ben, does that mean you're fucked if they bring Meadows back?
No, because there might be roster changes after this week, and I'll just pick someone up.
Solid.
Guys trying to hit the wire. I'm going Miami.
Well, Miami, Pat, what about you, Sam?
LAG is going to be in the honeymoon phase, so I'm going to go LAG.
Honeymoon phase.
For the roster change.
You think they're making a change? Did they make a change? Am I faded?
God, I sure hope so.
If this team doesn't pick up Huke, I will literally shave my fucking head.
You're hoping they make a change, Sam. You're hoping they make a change.
I sure do.
Yeah, I don't think they are by next week, but I mean, we'll see. Unless you know something, Sam. You know something.
I don't know shit, but if I'm them, I am making a change. So I'm gonna go LAG honeymoon phase.
If Huke isn't on a roster this next weekend, I will be fucking appalled, bro. Like, so many teams need somebody that's just gonna go in there and fucking head smash. And on top of that, this guy's good as fucking search, and some of these teams need that shit like bad.
Chad, I'm not leaking. I'm manifesting.
He's manifesting it. What about you, Benjay? Who do you got? I'm on the edge of my seat.
That's a Minecraft.
I'm assuming LAG makes a roster change.
There we go.
Well, I need Miami to play well, so I'm playing Miami 3-2.
Yeah, everybody's assuming LAG with a roster change. Did you guys know something? I don't know.
No, I'm just
We're
assuming. I
manifesting,
hope
Tom.
they're making a fucking.
They're gonna
roster
see
change. They
Vancouver
suck.
say, "Wow, look at their new shiny player. He's so good. Maybe
Yeah.
we should do that."
Absolutely. Duarte, who do you got?
I'm gonna go with LAG. I think these two teams are similar. Miami has shown us more, but two teams struggled in certain game modes, and they both struggled in search for a while. And I think LAG's respawns are pretty good. So it's going to come down to whether they can finally close a search. I don't see this streak going any further of their S&D losses. So I think LAG is going to take it regardless of roster change. Manifesting.
All right, and we got the Vegas Falcons going up against Cloud9. I mean, does anybody on this panel have the Vegas Falcons? Anybody at all?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I didn't think
Do
so.
they win a map? Maybe we should start doing that for their predictions.
Do they win a map? I mean, I can see them taking a search. I can't see them winning a respawn with the way they've been playing. They're so far behind. It's just basics that they're not getting right, and I just don't know how they're gonna win. I mean, dude, I honestly feel like when pro teams are playing them, like I feel like their comms have to be trolly, bro. Like it probably feels really easy. Like, even when Envoy got that 3-piece against them today, top R, like it looked like they weren't even like shooting at him. They were just ignoring him, just running. I don't know. The Vegas Falcons have been really struggling, so we'll see what happens there. Benjay, you want to sing us out with a putt and head us out of here, Ben? You've been missing your putts, Benjay. You've been missing your putts, and they want to see you sink one today. They're calling for a Benjay masterclass here.
We'll see.
All right, let's see what you can do. Guys, give it up for Benjay Nassim. Benjay, step it up to the plate here. Let's see what he can do here as he gets ready to line it up. He has not been looking too good here with the putts. But I believe here today that Benjay will sink this one. Let's take a look here at the predictions. We got 14 million on Benjay making the putt right now. Actually, 15 million. Actually, 16 million. I mean, it's flying up. And then we got 7 million channel points on him missing the putt. So let's see what Benjay can do as he disappears from. Did he just where the hell did he go? He's
doing an entrance.
There he
He's
goes,
doing
ladies and
a
gentlemen.
dramatic entrance.
It's Benjay Nassim. He's got the slippies on. And he's getting ready to line things up. We got almost 20 million channel points on Benjay sinking this putt. So if he misses this...
Pat, have you noticed that since we made him move the ball back, he's been ass?
And he sinks the putt. Nice and
There you
easy.
go. W channel points for me.
Icy from Benjay.
Easy,
It is
bro.
icy from Benjay, man.
Reverse
Hey,
psychology,
we gotta start coming up
Nice job,
with some things that some channel points, like you guys, where they can redeem them for like something. I don't really know like if people have any ideas, but yeah, we gotta put some things up there that you guys can redeem with the channel points. Also, people are spamming Kenny tweet. What did he tweet? He tweeted something.
Hey, it's actually unacceptable for me. Feel terrible for everyone who supports me. Just got to get better. Simple as that. Sucks, but I've been here before. GG's FaZe in Minnesota.
I mean, I like that. He's taking accountability.
Sam,
What else is there for him
correct.
to say? He's taking accountability, and you know, he's gonna have to turn things around. But we'll see what happens next week. And we'll see what's going on. But guys, we are planning on being at Major 2. Just a heads up, we've been in talks. We've been already planning stuff out. We've been going over budget and going over different stuff. So the plan is to be at Major 2 with the Flame crew. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're watching, make sure to go to anchor.fm/theflank. Check out all the audio sites we're on. Go follow @theflank on Twitter. Girls doing a phenomenal job running social. ZooMaa.gg, new merch coming soon. And make sure to check out the community. We're closing in on 20,000 members. We're less than 50 members away from 20,000 members in the community, man. So thank you all so much for all the continuous support, both in the watch parties, the shows, everything. You guys have been incredible. Thank you for the energy as always, man. Take care. Brush your hair, and we'll see you guys next time on another episode of The Flank, man. Take it easy. So long.